So, you all remember that stunt I did? I called it the No More Heroes 2 Suicide Stream, where I basically decided I would just play a game until either I die in the process of playing it or I beat the game. Well, I've decided that today begins Suicide Week. A whole week of non-stop, brutal, hardcore video game playing action, which shall begin with Kirby's epic yarn and take us through a series of extremely brutal, violent, hardcore, and difficult gaming challenges, which I will have to overcome in a literal life or death scenario in which, it's going to be intense. Kirby saw his favorite food, a bright red tomato, on top of a bush. Now look. Down that I love this game. This channel isn't only dedicated to extremely hardcore action games. Well, I guess I did Stardew Valley and Beat Cop, which are like the furthest thing possible from that, but still. I want to... I was supposed to do a different game today, but the time constraints kind of got in the way. So I picked one I think I can beat very quickly. But don't worry, that other game's coming. It'll come tomorrow. And that one I'm very excited for. There are gonna be some actually tough games in here that I actually don't know if I'm gonna do. 3 in particular. And then the others are gonna be little easier breaks like this one. I'm sorry we're getting started on such a weak note. Somebody help me. Now look. You gotta get immersed in this shit. You see? He's made of yarn. So while he can no longer eat to sustain his existence and those of the people whom he cares for, apparently Prince Fluff included, instead he becomes a car. That's the main and only mechanic in the game. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look. Thanks for saving me. What's that? You say you're from another world? I'm not going to be able to do that. Because the goal of these is for me to try and beat these games super fast while still not being a speedrunner or knowing like all the tricks. The original one of these was blind, but this one's not blind. I've played this game. I like this game a lot. I've beaten it once only, but still. Once right when it came out, so figured I'd enjoy playing it again. As usual with my channel, I'm uploading a video because I'm alone today. With little to do. Well, not little to do. Plenty to do. But also video game. I mean, I'm trying to bring you guys important games journalism here, so a little appreciation would be nice. See, this is the one power Kirby has in this game. He becomes a car. That's the only thing that you can do when you're a hardcore pro gamer. He can't even walk in this game. He can only... Well, that was a fluke. I don't know how that happened. Also, you can do that diagonally, but no one does. Unless you're a pro like me. That's also a pro move. That's a pro technique as well. That is still a car. Don't worry. I wasn't lying earlier. That weight-like object was indeed a car. It's just you have to kind of... You have to look at it from a certain angle, It's like a top-down view of a car that's towing like a little platform that doesn't actually have anything connected to it. Like when you see a 16-wheeler on the side of the road in the warehouse district and you actually run past a group of Crips and you're like, oh shit, I'm going to get killed. which happened to me recently. Not the getting killed part.
Help, the young boy said. Not that I need it. I'm Prince Fluff.
This story is important, so I'm gonna let you enjoy these cutscenes, I think. A little more than I did No More Heroes 2. You know, the story of that game's not... It's not really relevant or really a selling point in any way, but I mean, look at this drama. This is actually pretty sick. I don't know if I should be showing a rape scene on YouTube, but it's all over now. It's like one of those old 80s anime, you know, where someone's always got to get raped in those. I'm going to actually shut up for a little bit, but then I want to talk more about 80s anime.
This was what Prince Fluff had been looking for. You Yarn had stolen the magic yarn from Patchland.
Yeah.
The yarn weaved into the fabric of the kingdom and stitched 2 pieces of Patchland together.
See, it's new streaming technology. Now we can do stuff like that. I hope this is actually fucking recording.
Kirby
I'm using a different thing, so I don't even know.
And the 2 began their journey to stitch Patchland back together.
Seems like it is. The one thing is checking the chat is harder for me now. I have to like go like that. This is any percent, if you couldn't tell by my pro level gameplay. I am not making any attempt to complete this with any level of completeness. In fact, I feel like we'd be better off just skipping through this because I'm never going to these apartments. Some of these games are fun, but some of them are just frustrating. Right, I do recommend to anyone who thinks this looks cute or interesting. Like, I don't know how much this game costs nowadays, but like, you could find it. It's pretty good. It kind of kicked off a whole series of like retarded games Nintendo made where they were like, oh, what if everything looked like it was made of wool? And they just did that forever. Now they're doing Yoshi's Crafted World. It's like, come on, you guys. Like, what other AAA, and maybe you like this, but like, what other AAA game studio is making 2D platformers right now? Like, I don't know, it bugs me. It bugs me because I just feel like I already played Yoshi's Island. It's like the best game ever. I don't need to play this one. It's like, just looks like dumb, like Yoshi's Island with no teeth. I like that you go through the level backwards and you see the thing. I mean, it's got kind of that Paper Mario appeal to it. Maybe Paper Mario started this. You know, when Nintendo forgot that Paper Mario was about more than like silly antics involving paper crafts. This is really how this game's meant to be enjoyed, by the way. Just completely blazing through it, taking no time to appreciate any of the subtlety put into the environment or the level design whatsoever. Because there's so much to like complete in this game. And it's actually great. But I already did that. So I'm not exactly interested in doing it again. I just kind of want to remind myself of how much I like this game. Because I think about it decently often, actually. Especially whenever they make one of these shitty papercraft games. And it's like, or I don't know. Oh, this is fucking cool. I think that's the original Kirby's Dream Land, if I'm not mistaken, a game that I really love. And is even more brutal than this one. And I'm not even joking about that. I know that game's known for being easy. Everyone always talks about Kirby like it's all super easy. It's like, Kirby's Dream Land on hard mode is like fucking brutal. It's like kind of awesome. Like, I actually love trying to play through that whole thing. Just like in one sitting. Just like, let's see how we do today. It's kind of great. Like, as someone who really does not like easy games, I shouldn't say that because, I mean, I'm playing this game, which is like the game that got the conversation really started. Obviously, it was already going, but really started about, like, should games be easy? Because this game's easy. But, I don't know, I like this game. I like it. It's nice. It's not easy if you try and 100% it. I know everyone says that, and then everyone's like, oh, it's not even hard, though. But it's like, it's hard enough. Like, it makes you think about the mechanics of the game and actually play well. That's the only reason. Like, things shouldn't be hard just to be, like, hard, and then you feel like a fucking tough guy for beating it. Like, I mean, that's nice, but, like, the thing that makes a hard game satisfying is just the fact that it forces you to really think about its mechanics deeply. You know, so you feel tangibly like you are becoming, you know, like you're gaining an understanding of the game on a deep level that not necessarily everyone would, you know. And not necessarily that you would ever think to do if the game was any easier, you know? So you're just getting so much more out of those same mechanics that way. Look, see, you can just totally clear these things. If you're a beast. This is beast level non-beast game, which is good. Always nice to see how seriously you can take something that everyone else thinks is a joke. And then sometimes, who knows, maybe you come out with some deeper knowledge, right? Woo. I love this song. So nice. I hope you can hear it okay. The audio last time was so fucked. So this time it's really skewed so that you can hear my voice. Not that you'd want to, but also, like, why the hell would you be watching Kirby's Epic Yarn gameplay just to watch Kirby's Epic Yarn gameplay? I mean, not that any of this is really intended to be enjoyed. I mostly just make these things to entertain myself with how silly and dumb I think it is. I think this is like the one game where Kirby says Puyo. It's really important. Maybe in some of like the new ones, like in Star Allies he does, but like, fuck man, that game sucks. Although I doubt they would record any new audio for that game that wasn't just in Return to Dreamland anyway. 80s anime. I saw the fucking Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei OVA the other day from 1987. The adaptation of the book that sort of kicked off what would become the SMT series. It was like my favorite game series. It's pretty fucking cool if you're a fan of SMT. It's like you can see the beginnings of that just really distinct, unique sort of feeling, you know. But it's a little more horror than punk, but it's still fucking cool. It has some of that 80s anime stuff though. There's one part where a girl gets bitten on the vagina so hard that the blood goes over like her whole face, which is really horrible. But outside of that, it's pretty good. Outside of that, it's actually pretty amazing. I got a little teary at the end, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, it's just cool, man. It's like about a kid. No, I'm not gonna go and fucking summarize that masterpiece. Look, it's just my empty room, just like my world in real life. Just how I constantly go around my tiny little apartment in real life, and just there's no furniture. There's just a huge empty space, and it's all I see are the little holes and outlines and silhouettes of where furniture could be if I decided I wanted to be a functional human being who did things for my own best interest. Oh, it's a cute bed! It's a cute bed! Alright, let's do this. Rainbow Falls. This is so fucking cool. There's like important content. I think it gets back to that one stupid fucking video I made back in the day where I wanted to convey the gamer, the real experience of living the gamer lifestyle, you know? I'm going to get this one thing. It's a rainbow. It's too important to leave behind. It's a symbol of my real world girlfriend. What's her fucking name? Rainbow Dash. In real life, who I'm dating. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I the reason I want to do this, right? Because it's not so much a test of skill as, you know, it is just like a test of like having a lot of free time, I guess. These suicide stream things. But you know, the idea is like you watch a speed run and it's like, oh, I could never do that, and it's so impressive. These are sort of meant to be impressive, but not really like that. I'm going so slow, man. I feel like I should be going so fast. Oh, maybe it's like a weird acceleration thing? There we go. Okay, now I'm picking up some speed. Anyway, fuck, man, casual games. Anyway, like, so many people in my life are like, hey, dude, like, how the hell do you have time to play so many games? And it's like, you just gotta make time for them. That's, like, all there is to it. Like, you just have to, like, learn how to, like, live an adult lifestyle where you have, like, various responsibilities and also various video games. And you have to prioritize them both. You can't just let it be something you do when you're not doing anything else, because you'll never not be doing anything else if you're, you know, someone with shit going on. Yeah! I actually got 2 of the 3 items in this stage. That's cool. I really like that surfing part. I thought I did pretty well there. Anyway, the point of this isn't so much to show off my gaming skill. But I want to inspire people, you know? It's meant to be inspirational, these streams, because number one, number one, it's like, okay, let's talk about suicide in video games, right? Basically the same thing, right? I like both. I mean, I don't like suicide, but like, let's say I'm suicidal, right? So it's like, fucking, you don't, like, I never die in any of these. You know, I always do it. I'm like, oh, I'll just keep playing the game until I beat it. And eventually I do, you know? And it's kind of how life is. You just gotta, like, if you want to make time to play video games, you just have to, like, do the shit you don't want to do and, like, put your nose on a fucking grindstone. And then, you know, as soon as you can, like, make time for games. Like, just plan out that, like, oh, I want to play video games. This is something important to me, you know? So then just plan out, like you would plan to spend time with a friend. Just plan to spend time with a game, you know? And then don't flake out on your game like you wouldn't want to flake out on one of your friends, you know? And it's like, you'll be fine, you know? That's what these are about. It's like I, you know, am a human being. And I have various responsibilities and whatnot. Eventually, during this stream, I am going to have to check on my dogs and stuff a couple times. But like, what the fuck? Oh, nice. That's a nice little surprise. The timing on that was great. Shit. I'm getting too caught up in enjoying this game. I'm supposed to be brutally demolishing it. Anyway, fuck. Yeah, you just gotta make time for games. And, like, that's all I'm doing here. You know, there's nothing special about it, about what I'm doing here. I'm just deciding that, like, I'm gonna beat a game and then doing it. That's what it's fucking about. In video games and in life and fucking everything, you know? What the hell? Oh, I have to beat this man. He spits his own demise so slowly, though. Luckily, it only needs 2 hits. Nintendo, you didn't always. It's like they always want to make you hit them 3 times. And then this one, they're like, oh, hey, what if it was 2? Because, you know, why would you do the same thing 3 times? When, you know, the second time is to prove the first one wasn't a fluke, right? After that, it's like, you know how to play the video game. That's all that matters in this world, knowing how to play video games. Oh gosh, this is a problem. It's about, like, whereas a speedrun is about, like, truly mastering something, the Suicide Stream is about a skill that I think is very useful in my own life, you know, which is just, like, being able to, just through sheer force of will, make it through something, which is kind of what my whole life has been about. So, you know, maybe you learn something, maybe you don't. Doesn't really matter. I mean, the most important thing is just that you find this entertaining somehow. Well, the most important thing to me is that I find it entertaining somehow, which I do. I love the fucking sound of my own voice because I'm a freaking narcissist. Never used... I'm sure I have used fucking and frickin' in the same sentence before. But it's probably not that rare, actually. You don't want to be too repetitive, you know? People that say the F word every single sentence. And it's like, blech. You know, and I think, ironically, out of all my friends, I'm probably the person that does that the most. But still. One of these days, I'm going to get another person on one of these. We're going to speedrun something together. It's going to be sick. It'd be cool to, like, actually upload my time of this to speedrun.com, though I'm sure it won't be impressive. Oh! Ah! I like this boss. This is one of those bosses, though, where I do feel like you have to hit him a little too many times. But I will say, if you're playing this boss, normally you might think that, but if you're playing this boss going for 100%, like you're trying to fill up that meter at the top, it's actually pretty tough. And it's actually pretty interesting, because you got to not get hit basically at all and try and maximize, like, the little juicy bits that come out of him when you hit him. It is pretty non-threatening in general, though. Ooh! I can't believe I'm actually just naturally not getting hit at all, though. I've gotten so much better at games than when this game first came out. Still never beat fucking Bloodstained Sanctuary and Cave Story. But, you know. Ah! Okay, good. I did get hit. I didn't want to sound like an idiot for saying that this was difficult to 100%. Okay. He's going to blow me, and then we'll throw this. Now, I think that might not actually count towards his, like, health. I think it might only be when you actually, like, pull his tongue and hit him with it that counts. Or his fucking Adam's apple or whatever. His cheek. No, it is the tip of his tongue. But it doesn't come out when he shoots his arrow tongue at you for some reason. It'd be cool if the tip of his tongue was like a needle. But I don't think there are any actual, like, sharp, small needles in this. Like, Yin Yarn has his wands. Yin Yarn's the wizard that's, like, the antagonist from the opening cutscene. But, like... Oh, we found the Fangora music! Some of the music in this game is really good. I didn't think that one was that special.
We got the magic yarn.
Let you experience this amazing cutscene while I check the street.
yarn weaved its way into the fabric of the kingdom and stitched two pieces of patchland together. Rumble, rumble. Kirby's tummy was growling, so he went searching for food. Too bad there aren't any tomatoes up here, he thought. Suddenly, the tree started rocking back and forth. Kirby thought it was an earthquake until he saw Prince Fluff shaking the tree. This is how we get food in Badgeland. Kirby tried to hang on for as long as he could, which wasn't very long at all. Look at all that, Fluff cried. Kirby was so angry that he ran after Fluff. He chased him for so darn long that he forgot all about being hungry.
Gosh, I love video games. Video games are the only thing I really like. But I love a game like this. And I don't play enough games like this, really. I mean, at least I don't feel like it because they're so short, right? But that's like the beauty of a game like this. Like, it's tight, it's short, and it's fucking fun. It's like you just play through it real fast, or maybe you go slow if you want to 100%. It's like you can do either. And that's kind of the magic of it. But it's just nice, I don't know, to like just clear out a game. Like if you game hardcore, which you gotta do if you're gaming, you gotta game hardcore. It's like, I don't know, a lot more rewarding as opposed to just like going through the motions or whatever, Like if you really set goals for yourself and really like go for it, you can beat most games way faster than you think. And if you're someone with super limited time, like, it's a good way to be, I mean, maybe you're the kind of guy, though, that doesn't want to beat games all the time. Maybe you're the kind of guy who really does just enjoy playing, an hour of Dragon Quest every single day. After a long day of work. I understand that. I've felt that way before, but I don't know if I've ever really acted that way. I'm always the type who I want to see what a lot of different creators are putting out there. I really want to see. I want to take in the ethos of a game and really absorb. Just like this. I'm legitimately getting like a tiny bit choked up. Like, just like games are so beautiful. Like, they're so awesome that it's just like you can just live out someone's imagination. Which is all I ever fucking wanted to do as a kid, and it's all I want to do now, really, is just live in a world of, imagination. I mean, that's what it's all about, man. Now, see, why would you want to be a car when you can just be a car anyway, all the time? Now, this is great, because it's like, you can just kill the second and third place people. And if you get in third place, it's very funny to spite kill the second and first place people. I wanted to preserve the tension there. I thought it was very important. I love this screen, by the way. I've just stayed on this screen for hours, just like listening to the song. And not hours, but like a long time. Well, just like really sit back and relax with it. Because I really like it. It's so nice. This whole game is so nice, man. Love it. The first time I saw that, like, blew my mind. Such a creative, just way of doing it. It's so cool. Anyway, so that's my thing, is I just want to beat a bunch of games. Like, that's my main thing in life, is that I just want to, like, play all the games that I might really enjoy. Because I I just don't take it for granted at all how like beautiful and amazing and interesting and great video games are, you know? And you might say, well, if you feel that way, if you legitimately think that, why on earth do you replay games ever? Because you're not getting a new experience out of that. That's something you've already had. Your time in your lifetime is fucking ticking. To that I say yes, but I have limited money. And I don't know. Like, if you haven't played a game in like what, 7 years? No, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna say I was 15 when I played this for the first time. So I'm gonna say that was 6 years ago, because I am in fact 21, and I did intend to be drinking alcohol on this stream, but it ended up not panning out because I really wanted to do it fast because I'm gonna do something after this. Look, a little fire truck, man. You I don't know. I ever really appreciated that little jump, the way his wheels spread during that little jump. Oh my gosh! So I have some appreciation of cute things, even though I'm like the definition of hypermasculinity ? Like, oh, that's all Tiny Get his fireman. Anyway. Like, I do have a deep appreciation of cute things. I said once, I don't like anything normal. I just like things that are either very cute or very dark. Things that are both are also good. But I don't know. I'm not into like moe and stuff, because I find that boring. More stuff that's cute in a hilarious way, I guess? ? Like, I think this game is pretty hilarious, but it's also pretty cute. Like, it's not hilarious in the way No More Heroes is hilarious, but it is definitely hilarious in a way that is its own thing. For whatever reason, I'm getting these CDs all the time. I don't know. I like this song a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one comes... No, I'm mistaken. Maybe? I think this one might come on the like CD that was Kirby's 25th anniversary super CD special thing, but I'm also not certain. I like you can turn off the volcano by crumpling it. I wish that was a little more severe, so it was really clear what was happening for all the youngins. But maybe I'm mistaken. I always think people won't understand things in games, just kind of assume the way that I do, which is probably a lame way to think. But I'm a gaming YouTuber and a games analyst, so I clearly understand better than anyone. See, I love this. It's like all these genies beaten back the carpet. I don't remember the boxing one. I remember the breath one. I guess because this is the first one is more memorable, psychological principles. We're in a cool cave. I thought this was hot. Everything was hot world. But we're in a cool cave. It's only been like a half hour. That's insane. Like, we're already like a third the way through this game. And obviously it's going to get harder. And probably the stages will get longer, I think. At least longer than they were like in the first world. Though I guess these stages haven't been that much longer than the first world, honestly. The last stage in the first world I just think of as being super long. But I think that's just because... Oh, no! I traditionally will get stuck on those fucking balloons for like hours trying to explore that whole beanstalk. How strange. Oh, it's a man! Hello! Oh, hello! User Lane has new email. Hey, it's this. Great. That is one of those things that only Nintendo would put in a game. Where it's just like, there's no real reason for this. It's just kind of a cool, fun thing. Makes a bunch of different colored balls appear. And they do stuff like that all the time nowadays. And I like it quite a lot. It's like, oh, it's a nice little trail. It's like the fucking Star Fox like arch thing or like coins in fucking Mario Maker. It's just like, it's satisfying to follow a little trail. Even if the path forward is extremely obvious and linear. Sometimes you want to follow a little trail. Ah! Oh, that was pretty clutch. That was some clutch game. You gotta give it up for the masters. Oh, when you see them, that was some clutch video game playing. Ah, no. I don't really like it. Oh no, when YouTubers like super play up their reactions to things in video games. No! So I try not to do it. But I don't think I'm doing it today. But I will say I'll say it this way, I'm allowing myself to get a little more emotional than I normally do, just in general. I'm normally an extremely guarded and reserved person, as you can obviously tell. What the fuck? Oh. I forgot about this. How nice. Listen to this, just this music with like these, watching these little things fall and like jiggle on the ground. Like there's really an attention to detail in this game. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this is a 2D platformer made by a AAA studio in, like, I don't know, 2012, maybe. But, like, this is impossible. How do you even play video game? But, like, there's so much attention to detail. You can tell, like this really must have been, like, a big affair, you know? They're re-releasing this game. I don't know if you knew this. But they're re-releasing this game. Oh, it's a solid object. I didn't think it was a solid object. Anyway, they're re-releasing this game. And it's gonna be good. No. I thought it looked pretty bad, honestly, in the Nintendo Direct. Because I think the graphics of this game really benefit from it being in like 480p or 480i as opposed to like, 1080 or 720. I think the Switch is 720. Switch, dude, I thought the graphics were so fucking great. And then I put it on my dad's 4K TV and I was like, holy shit, this is fuzzy as hell. And normally it looks like amazing on my little dopey screen. It's like the more money you have, the more you realize you could be getting more. Hey, it's this. But yeah, no, I think like the blurriness is kind of essential to these graphics. Because if these graphics look grainy at all, or like too sharp, like the detail is not actually present in the textures for that. So it would just end up looking kind of artificial. Whereas I actually think this game looks somewhat photorealistic. Like okay, you see that? You probably can't see it because of fucking computer recording a TV, but I just think that like this game, like the fabrics and stuff actually look real. And I feel like if you took the exact same textures and things and just put it on HD TV Switch style, it would. This is so cute. Oh my god.
Oh, I love him. Oh, he's my friend.
Well, maybe he's not my friend. I don't know what he thinks. It's freaking cool though. It's like that guy in Mario 64 that you ride in the underground area. Anyway, I just think this game actually like looks amazing. Like I don't think the graphics have aged at all. So I don't like the idea of it being put into a grainier HD-er form because that will just mean the fucking game will be like like you'll just notice that it's like doesn't look perfect more when you can see all the pixels a little better, you know? I love this level. Oh my gosh. Look at this little man. Hello! Greetings! It is I, Suoly. From planet Suoly. That was what I said when my dad told me there was a character named Suoly in Star Trek. I assumed he was some kind of alien. No, he's just some guy. With like a not actually Asian sounding name. But it's space future. Even though the Irish guy's name is Scotty. I guess the doctor's name is Bones. That's more about him being a doctor than it is him being like a human. No! 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 This is not good gameplay. The viewers at home are going to be so disappointed. This is sub-adequate gameplay. Not even suboptimal. Sub-adequate. Not even suboptimal. Just unacceptable all around. Look, they had to watch me redo that. How boring. What the hell? What are you even doing here? Those guys turned into 3 for some reason. I think the flyers in general just tend to do that in this game. Hey, speaking of the keyword flying, which exists in the video game Magic the Gathering online card game. I don't play Magic Online. The new set's coming out on Roadside. It's coming out fucking soon. When is the new set coming out? I think it's like October 1st or something. But more importantly, pre-release is on the 29th, which is like immediately when school starts for me, which is real nice. Because it means I'll get to go to my classic old haunt in Santa Cruz. I get to annihilate these dudes on my way. They shoot beams. There is one thing about this game that I always thought, which is that I wish there were more variety in like when you wrap things up. Like that spear turns into like a drill that goes through enemies. But like this guy has a beam, and I throw him, and he's just a normal ball. Like, I would like it if he was some kind of beam of ball. You know, if they tried to adapt the abilities more in that way of Kirby, I think that would be really interesting. And they do it in some cases, like the flying dudes turn into 3 guys, the drill thing. Sometimes you get a fireball, but I don't think the fireballs actually do anything unique. But it's just like, it's cool. And I wish they did a little more of that, because I think that's one of the nicer things about the normal, like, gameplay of this game. Like, that's one of my favorite, like, mechanics that you see in every level, you know? Just you and me, relaxing, playing games. It's like I'm your boyfriend or something, Baka. You feed the volcano a pepper. And it's so spicy that it explodes. Just like how when I eat a hot pepper, my eyeballs and veins fill with spicy hot blood, which then bursts out of my head. Hey, by the way, that's Saving in Progress sound. I don't know if you can even hear that, but it's the exact same sound from WarioWare. Wario Land Smooth Moves. No, Wario Land Shake It, one of my favorite games. It's on the Wii. And it's basically like this game is made by the same team and it's extremely similar. Basically in every way. If you like this game, I think this game was more popular. Play fucking Wario Land because it is better than this game. It's more hardcore. It's like I'm not gonna say it has a cooler aesthetic, but it has a really cool aesthetic. Like it's all hand drawn, like I think 60 FPS, like really nice animation, really nice. Like if Wario were in a 90s OVA, you know, that's what it would be. Oh no, a many balls. I mean, perfect. Oh! Okay, so if this is a normal Nintendo boss, he will only take one more hit. But that last guy, like, the fireballs and stuff, I don't know. Also, all the bosses so far have been, like... Sorry, I was really focusing there. Flying dudes that Dynablade up from the bottom of the screen and, like, have something in their body that you, like, pull to yank around and then, like, toss them. Also, I might actually do this with, like, the full bar of beads, which would be freaking cool. He's not giving me any ammo, though. I gotta get some ammo, bro. There we go. Ah! That was like a sound Kirby would make in this situation. Only he'd probably be cuter about it. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna... Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm just barely gonna not be able to get it with the full bar, but now I don't think it's possible at all. What? I did it! They just gave it to me. They just gave it to me. This is so nice. They just gave it to me. Hot wings. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Hot wings.
We did it.
We got the magic yarn.
The magic yarn shimmered and spiraled and swirled high into the sky.
I'm gonna go check on the dogs and stuff. You guys watch the house.
The yarn weaved its way into the fabric of the kingdom and stitched two pieces of patchland together. Meanwhile, back in Dreamland, the Waddle Dees were very busy inside Castle DDD. Let's go. Hop, hop, no slacking off, barked King DDD. Just then, the king noticed that one of his Waddle Dees looked a little... strange. That Waddle Dee was actually one of King Yarn's creations. Soon Dreamland will be wrapped around my knitting needles. You were careful. What sort of plan was he stringing together?
I'm back. They didn't want anything. Oh shit, wait, I forgot to check their water. I'm sorry. Okay, back for real. Anyone here have dogs that just like refuse to drink water? Like, and these are not like dying dogs, you know, they're trying to kill themselves. These are like, I don't know, one of them's kind of old, but the other one's like 3 years old or something. Which is not even that old for a dog. Oh, this is cool. This is like the Kirby towing agency. Oh, I love it! They're playing catch. You can like this and No More Heroes and still be manly. He's so scared. That's one thing about this game. I do feel like the enemies tend to act afraid of Kirby, which is very upsetting for me. I don't know why they chose that. Because it is pretty upsetting for me. What the hell? Oh, this is pullable too. You can tell because it has buttons on it. Something about Nintendo, they're very good at those visual messages. Okay. Haha, very funny. Let's move on. Hey, how come people always talk about like dating videos as like a bad thing? Like someone hears like some news, like old news, and they're like, this sucks. Like, I don't know. Fucking every podcast is dated. Like, no matter what, pretty much. And it's like, it's kind of ridiculous that people seem to care, because I just think it's more interesting. It's like a view of history. Like a real account of what someone at this point in history thought about whatever thing people were thinking about in that point in history, you know, and that'll be around for, I don't know, 15 days or something, whenever YouTube decides to shut down its servers and delete every single video on it. Or, I don't know, maybe the sun crashes into the earth first. In any case, I'm gonna friggin' the games. There's been a lot of good gaming news lately. The Tokyo Games, Tookyo Games, they just started. It's the Danganronpa guys, which includes Masafumi Takada, my favorite game composer, and the Zero Escape guys. Basically everyone that was good at Spike Chunsoft, that I know of anyway, has teamed up and made their own studio where they just make super hardcore edgy shit without corporate Spike Chunsoft bothering them. At least that's what it seems like to me. Which is good. Because I really like... Oh my gosh, this is so hard. If I remember correctly. This is so hard. Like, because you want to do that, right? Oh, and you can, apparently. Is this not hard? I seem to remember this being super hard. My sensor bar is not really in a great location. I wasn't really expecting to have to do this. Like, I wonder if that will work. Oh no! The tracks are collapsing! Yes. Yes. No. Hardcore, heavy metal, death train, disco, super fast, super high intensity, all hours. Let's do it. Extra car. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, another car. Anyway, so that's exciting. Making a death game for kids by kids sounds disturbing. Hope it's actually a kids game that adults can play too, obviously, but I mean, a game that like is E10 rated would be freaking cool. Although I don't know, from what the youths exposed to the dark ideas of fucking Kazutaka Kodaka's brain, he's too genius for them. Their minds will be destroyed. They won't be able to process it. At least that's what I think. But I think that's like, let's make it so they can process it. I don't really know though. Oh, I don't really understand what happened that time. But okay, there are mushrooms in the toy block world. This is great. One thing I really like about this game is the worlds. I feel like I'm a big fan of level-based games. I'm a big fan of world-based games. I really like the worlds in this game. They're kind of like the worlds in Wario Land. The Wario Land Shake It, but also like Wario Land 4. Which I don't know if that was the same team. I doubt it. But like they all just kind of inherently make sense. Like the theme of the world, like they do feel cohesive, but they're very different. Yeah, I figured it out. One thing that's nice about this game is it has these little puzzles. Wario Land doesn't really so much have puzzles where it's like you're trying to figure out how you can interact with the environment. It's more like you know what the parameters are and you're trying to figure out how to get to a certain area within the stage, which either requires like a lot of skill or like just sort of you exploring the space and like either it's a really good game. I want to play it. I've always wanted to 100% that game, but I've never had the balls, which sucks. But I always wanted 100% that game. I love that game so much. It's also got a great soundtrack. A soundtrack on par with this one, I would say. Not that I mean I think they're by the same people at all the soundtracks. They're definitely not, but I do think they're both good because I don't know. They're both like gamey sounding soundtracks, but they're also both a little bit unique in terms of like the instrumentation. I just really I'm a big fan of the frickin' like not every track is great, but I feel like there's definitely a strong, memorable sort of vibe you get from it in general, which is very nice. And then every now and then you get a really standout track and you feel cool. Like it's like a special treat, you know. Unlike in Danganronpa where you're just constantly being assailed by the best music you've ever heard in your entire life. This game has the decency to occasionally not have amazing, perfect music, and just has instead good music, like I would say it does right now. Like this isn't really a memorable song at all, but it like makes sense, and it's a short stage. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the stage would have been longer. It seemed like it had a lot of things to explore in it. Whatever. Oh, there was another gaming news thing. I already talked about this game, like that's coming out, getting remastered, and like the fucking basically that whole Nintendo Direct, except the main thing that the main two things I guess that people care about, which I don't actually care about that much. I like that Isabel's in the game in Smash Ultimate. I actually think that's awesome, just because it's so hilarious and so out of left field. I feel like Nintendo is doing a really, really good job with the Ultimate releases, the like announcements of like constantly surprising people, doing something totally unexpected that also is like kind of what everyone seems to want. Like it's really fun seeing people getting excited about the game, honestly, on like Twitter. I do, as much as I like am not someone who is always going to buy into hype and oftentimes will get nervous about a game before it comes out of like, oh, is it going to be good? I don't know. I really do like it when I feel safe to just join everyone in getting excited for like a big game that everyone like knows about. I'm not such a hipster that I can't enjoy that simple pleasure, you know. Oh, Flan! It doesn't even hurt you. You just get squished out. What if I become a video game master? No, can't be. You can't defeat the Flan. You can only go around it. Flan is the ultimate pacifist. In this or any game. Even more than that one dude in Lisa the Joyful who busts out the dual AKs. Even more than that guy. Ugh! I guess I'll get these delightful little colored droplets while I'm waiting for this donut hole. Oh, but is the donut hole the part on the inside or the part taken out of the inside? Oh. It's a Dimitri Martin bit from his new special now on Netflix. It was pretty good. Dimitri Martin is my favorite comedian. As someone who's a huge fan of stand-up comedy, that's a big compliment. I really love his stuff. I just love that it's just jokes. Because that's kind of what my sense of humor is. And I like how he does a lot of awkward pauses. It's just so different from everyone else. But in this new special, they filled in all his silences with, what's it called? Oh, this is kind of a fun thing. I think you have to try and like make it so you can get up here normally to actually pull that thing. But I don't think it's any more complicated than what I just did. Yeah. Where do I even go? Past this? This is confusing. This is probably going to happen a few times today, people. Just so you know. What the fuck are you? Ooh, it's a raspberry. I think this game is like an old game that everyone knows. That's not an old game, but you know, it's a game everyone's familiar with that isn't exactly like a hot button issue or whatever. And I don't have so much to say about it. I just really like it, you know, for the obvious reasons that everyone likes this game. So I'm gonna talk about some other things during this one. And then tomorrow's game is a game that I really love deeply, that I think is underappreciated. And I might have a lot to say about it, but I think there might be less commentary on tomorrow's video. I might just kind of let the game speak for itself because the game is really hard and I'm really good at it, and I kind of just want to like hardcore speedrun that game and just show off to everyone like how amazing it is, because I think it's really, really underappreciated, and it is getting a re-release. See if you can figure out what game it is based on the fact that I only like Grasshopper manufactured games. What was I even talking about? It was something in gaming news that I felt like I wasn't done talking about. Right? What was it? I love that. Oh, I love this stage. All the little sounds and stuff that the things make. The piano's the coolest. I don't know if we've gotten to that yet. I don't think so. Oh, this part's cool too. I used to like a girl who played the harp. It's a more complicated instrument to play than what you just heard. And tuning it takes like a million hours. But it's a nice instrument. Like, that was very easy. But I feel like I used to think that wasn't. Oh yeah, so we have seen the pianos. They go. Oh, so nice. There's just something so pleasant about it. Sometimes you need something pleasant in your life. I feel like people are very fascinated with atrocities and things that make them either outraged, scared, nervous, excited, or I don't know, thrilled. That's the same as excited. People are interested in a lot of darker emotions. So I feel like we see those explored more often in video games and movies and stuff, and especially on television, I feel. Although, I don't know, there's a lot of network television that I feel like that people don't really watch, but does explore more positive emotions, but probably not in much depth, most of them. Some of them do. Like How I Met Your Mother was a great exploration of like both love and like both the good and bad side of being capable of loving someone. By the way, that bell mechanic, I used to be a total pro at that. There is a way to actually just like get good at it because it goes in a predictable fashion, but I don't remember, and I'm not trying to be perfect at it. Though I did get a gold this time. I'm pretty happy about that. It's not that hard in that stage. That stage is really just to show off the cool music things. Now, if this were Rayman, the next 15 levels would be that same mechanic, but a million times harder. But in this game, no, we're moving on. We're going to Pumpkin Man Land. A spooky world, Squashini. You see what I mean about the level construction? Like everything in this world has been different, but when you look at the world map, it all makes sense that it fits together, which I really like. Makes it feel a little more real for a level-based game with a world map like this. I mean, obviously it doesn't look real, but it looks believable as this fantastical world that's very cool and inviting. Ooh, the Waddle Dees are here. So is a slot machine. I completely do not remember this battle. If he lands on the Pumpkinhead one, will it just spawn another version of the boss? That'd be pretty sick. Oh, is he under one of these? Oh, that was total luck. He didn't appear to be under any of them. I really like the character design of this boss. He looks so cool to me. A rope! Oh no. What? Oh, this is terrifying. Oh my gosh. That would be an achievement if this game had achievements. That I got that whole scale. That was cool. They give you a ton of time for that, though. Let's play cards! See, I like it. They signal to you, you can pick those up with the little... They're not even quite buttons on them, but you can just tell. But then you pick it up and it's still a card. That's nice. It doesn't curl up or anything. Crumple. This again. The attack that takes 10 million hours. Not that I mind, necessarily. I do mind that it takes 10 million hours. That's weird. It's like it didn't react half the time. We haven't gotten the skull flag one yet. Oh, nice. Okay, good. So we're seeing all of them, I think. Can I pick that up? Nope. Ah! Oh my gosh. Well, that was unexpected. When do I get to hit this guy, huh? The hat. Okay, I know how to do this one. I guess he's in the bottom one? Or is there some other kind of hint to it? Or is he just in the one that doesn't move? Well, whatever, it's over now. We did it. We did it, Prince Fluff. I wonder if this game is like... If the designers think that the two-player version of this game is like the real version, you know? Or if it's really like a single-player game with a two-player add-on. Because I feel like Fluff, he's like as important to Kirby to this story, but half as seen. Less than half as seen. Not seen at all, really, except in these great, amazing cutscenes. I think we're halfway through the game now.
The yarn weaved its way into the fabric of the kingdom and stitched two pieces of patch land together. Kirby and Fluff came upon a cake the size of a mountain. It was breathtaking. Kirby
No, we're not quite halfway.
But failed. He dove right in and started gobbling up the cake. I declare a cake-eating duel. And with that, Prince Fluff jumped into the cake as well. The two ate and ate and ate, but they didn't balance their eating very well. Whoa! And before they could get down, the cake collapsed with them inside it. Oh, I can't eat another bite. Prince Fluff moaned as he rubbed his cake-filled belly. But then, Kirby appeared with a huge cherry in his mouth. Ooh. Kirby won the contest, and a looming tummy as well.
So you're telling me that Kirby can't inhale enemies because he's made of yarn, but he can still eat cake with Prince Fluff? I mean, do you even know what you're saying? I mean, what were they thinking? Is there no internal logic to this game whatsoever? I mean, really?
That was fucking any other YouTuber. The fucking people analyzing shit based only on plot that is easy to understand for their puny brains. Oh, I love it. Look, there's a man splooshing around. Look, there's a man with his bike on his head. Look, there's a man, he's asleep. Look, there are many turtles. They're too tall. Look, it's a tunnel. We're going in it, and then there's a vag to unseen. Where are we going? Where in the female anatomy are we? This is crazy. It's like we're just passing over the whole level. Or not. I love that level. Isn't that great? It's like it's beautiful when it's dark and quiet too. But then I don't know, just like that that sun is just so happy to greet the day, you know? I love it. And then it's just, oh, I love the beach. Just got back from a trip to San Diego, which has very nice beaches, especially Del Mar. Highly recommended. Del Mar also has the best ice cream. Manhattan Beach Creamery does too, though. That's in LA, though. I'm kind of sad that level's over. I don't remember particularly liking this one, unless it's the dolphin one. We'll see. The dolphin mechanics in this game are fun. But, I don't necessarily like being underwater in this game that much. Because it's so fun to be the car. The submarine is very fun in that part with the currents, though, or with the waves in the last stage. Because you get to jump out of one and into the other like a dolphin man. We're gonna do some other Dolphin Man stuff later because I spoiled that mechanic. Oh yeah. Yeah, these rings I remember being extremely hard to actually go into though. Oh, or maybe not. Woo! Oh, I love it. I just love the way he moves. How did they program this? Like to get that fluid yarn motion, you know? Like the physics involved. It's very interesting. Oh gosh. Well, now we know, right? But like it's just so cool. I'm like, oh, I love it. Can I do this forever? No. Okay, well now that I have carpal tunnel, let's go up this waterfall. It's like Platinum. A game that I'm not playing this week, but I am excited to replay this year. I'm doing a thing where I play all the Pokemon games, all the third entries in Pokemon games in order. Over the course of several years, I'm doing 2 a year, one in the spring, one in the fall. And the spring one, if a new Pokemon game comes out, that will be the one that takes its place. However, this, or fall or whatever. But, you know, we have Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee coming out, which I'm not gonna get, so I'll just be doing I'll be doing Platinum when that comes out. I got to stretch out my bones. My bones are too short. Oh. Isn't it fun to play games fast? I'm having a good time with you guys today. Is anyone actually watching right now? Let's find out. Looks like no. That's good. Someone will watch it someday. My No More Heroes 2 one. I actually got 14 views. It's like the most viewed thing on this channel, I think. Somehow. Secret Island. Wait, what's this? Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice, everyone? Oh gosh. Now this is the part of tropical islands you don't particularly like. Which is like thorny plants and mosquitoes and malaria and shit. I don't know why they chose to put this in. But here it is. Sounds like the new Super Mario Bros. Theme. This song. But I think it is itself a remix of the song from the first area of this game. But I could be wrong. No, I mean, it's definitely from that or something like that. It's definitely a remix from a song early in this game. Possibly just like the main theme of the game. This is just kind of a normal level. I mean, no offense, Kirby's Epic Yarn, but in a game without many normal levels, this is kind of just a normal level. Not necessarily a bad thing. I get to be the car again. There's flying squirrels. If these are flying squirrels, then this level's a 10 out of 10. I can't tell. There's something, alright. Oh my. What? Oh, there's like a flotational device. Always important to have on those tropical islands, those flotational devices. Very, very crucial. Very crucial, important, and vital to our country's cybersecurity. Woo! I need more water. After this world, I'm gonna do another check on the animals. Get some more water, probably. It really feels good playing this game. Everything I play nowadays is so dark or just edgy. But this game is like, it's pretty nice. Very straightforward, very clean, very fun. I had a friend that kind of played this game with me, but I don't remember if he actually beat it. Oh no, I know he at least made it to the world after this one, which is one of the better ones. This game seriously gets better as it goes on. Like, I feel like this game just gets better and not worse. I mean, not every level is better than the one before it, but every world, I think, is at least as good as the one before it, which is always nice to see. But I do think some people played the first world of this game and just kind of gave up on it, or like the first couple levels, and we're just like, this is like nothing. Like, where are like anything, you know? But then it's kind of like, as you get into it more, it's like every level is sort of its own unique thing. Like, every level does something different and interesting. I really like that. Like, this level has this thing. It's great. That's why I said that last one was kind of a normal level, quote unquote, because it's like they almost all have something like either unique to them or that they only share with like one other stage. Like, look, now I'm Dolphin Man. You can do that. It's also a sound effect from Wario Land. It's very interesting that they just kind of wholesale took some stuff from that game that works just as well in this game. It's more so interesting, however, that not that many games actually do stuff like that. Like, games by the same developer just wholesale stealing things from one another. I don't remember, I think someone said that Persona 5 was made in the Catherine engine. And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, what? You can just do that? But it's like, oh yeah, no, duh. You know, now that I'm a game developer myself, that's obvious. But it's strange because I don't feel like that many developers reuse as much as they could. And I kind of feel like games would be better off for it. It's always good for games to be more cheaply made. Always. There's a big problem that games are too expensive now. There we go. This is like the anglerfish from earlier, right? He's like suffocating in algae. Oh no, he's coming to attack me. I was trying to save you, you bastard. Now you're trying to eat me? You were just hiding that whole time? I thought you were in danger. I thought you were in danger and in need of rescue. And I was going to be the one that rescued you. Because I cared about you, man. Because that's the kind of guy I am, man. Oh my god. Now this is some high stakes, insane action. And look how beautiful this is. It's like that. Looks like the movie they were shooting in that one movie. What's it called? It's a Coen Brothers film, I think. Something about Romans. Man drops a briefcase with $1 million into the ocean and it's hilarious. Scarlett Johansson's in it. Looks like that. Now you know. That octopus is like, whoa, I gotta go in that jar. Capamari. Kappa Mikey. It's like calamari mixed with a kappa, but also it's spelled with a C. Probably no real Kappa Mikey influence. Kappa Mikey, what a strange thing to constantly think about. Brutal. Oh, this is a cool boss. You have to just unravel this whole guy, which revolves around you like being able to avoid those things for long enough. See, I really like bosses like this that use like auxiliary mechanics of a game. You know what I mean? That find a way to use like some obscure mechanic in like a really interesting, high stakes way. See, now we have a ball. We can throw it at. We made it out of his own body. You understand? I kind of wish that those tentacles did not have those buttons on them, however, because it makes it look like you can grab them and you can't. It's very confusing for the youngins. It's a pretty simple boss, however. Maybe there will be more complexity to it later. Huh? Oh, okay, I guess this is that. This is cool. What a complex boss. Like, they really put so much into this. He really wants you to know he's right there. Look at this. Have you ever seen a boss with this many faces? This is crazy. This is almost as crazy as the final boss of Twilight Princess in terms of number of faces only. His yarn is getting like worn. Oh no, See, the weird thing is like that's like kind of actually gory, even though there's no human body parts involved. There was blood and body parts everywhere. Once again, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the beautiful magic of this cutscene while I go on a journey.
The magic yarn shimmered and spiraled and swirled high into the sky. The yarn weaved its way into the fabric of the kingdom and stitched two pieces of patch land together. Back in Dreamland, it was total chaos over at Castle DDD. What is going on here? It appeared that Yin Yarn's Waddle Dee imposters had captured all of the real Waddle Dees. You can't be mean to my Waddle Dees. Only I can be mean to my Waddle Dees. That was when Yin Yarn's troops decided to show King DDD who was boss. Hey, that tickles. Okay, that hurts. Yeah, Uncle. And in no time, they had King DDD wrapped up like a birthday present. Only one more step and Dreamland will be mine. What an honor to have a king serving me. Yin Yarn's sock began to glow and sucked King DDD right inside. Dreamland will be mine. Not sure what I'll do with it, but I'll figure something out. But no one stopped Yin Yarn from tearing apart the very fabric of Dreamland.
So if you remember, the last time I came back from one of these breaks, I decided to date the video by talking about game news. But I think I've had enough of that. So let's talk about political news. Namely, I want to talk about Brett Kavanaugh because I saw a tweet one morning that said, "Call your senator and tell them not to approve Brett Kavanaugh. This might be the last choice you ever made." Now, isn't that adorable? Anyway, I was like, who the hell is Brett Kavanaugh? First of all, it just said Kavanaugh. So I was like, Terry Kavanaugh is running for Supreme Court. I mean, not running, but was like, appointed. It turns out Brett Kavanaugh, who's, obviously a Republican. But it's like, I look up, just like, Kavanaugh, Supreme Court. I find the name. And then I search Brett Kavanaugh. And it's like, every single article is like, every single headline is like so insanely, like, strongly worded to just worded in such an opinionated way. It was horrible. So finally I was like, okay, I don't care if it's gonna like end the universe or whatever the hell. I just want to know what I actually what I think about this. So I need to know what the dude's political views are. So I just search, what are Brett Kavanaugh's political views? Because unlike 90% of people, it seems, him being a Republican nominated by Trump isn't enough to make me think one way or the other about him. So I find a CNN article that literally is just called Where Brett Kavanaugh Stands, or Where Does Brett Kavanaugh Stand on Key Political Issues? And it's just a list of key political issues with like quotes from him, and then some like stuff about like, this is what some Republicans are saying, this is what some Democrats are saying, and that's all, you know, sensationalistic bullshit or whatever. But like, just the quotes from him, you look at it, it's like, dude's like, seems like a fine guy. Like, he's not against Roe v. Wade in any way. He was literally asked, like, are you against Roe v. Wade? And he was like, no, I think we should, like, the Supreme Court should make decisions based on precedent. So obviously that means not going against a decision already made by the Supreme Court. You know, trying to just keep moving forward and not do anything too, you know, outrageous or activisty, you know. And it's like, that's good. The Supreme Court isn't designed to just, you know, benefit people's political ideology. It's made to, or any other kind of social whatever beliefs. It's meant to protect the fucking Constitution. And it seems like that's what Brett Kavanaugh thinks. Now, obviously, he's a conservative Republican. And he is, like, pro-Trump, obviously, which is going to get a bunch of people in a tizzy. And he was like, hey, I don't really like the way the president is being criminally investigated. I feel like there's the impeachment process for that if needed, but I think the way it's being handled is, like, pretty poor form. And it's like, that's the one I definitely could see people getting up in arms about. Because I know the Dems are so into the idea of, like, we got to get him out of office, you know? Because they've got it. It's very conspiratorial, the left with Trump. But it's still, you know, I think that, you know, I mean, my beliefs aren't really what is important here. But I just think it's interesting that, like, other than that one thing, which is a little intense, and I could see putting people off, like, he's a very moderate, normal guy. Like, if we're gonna have Trump nominate someone for Supreme Court, like, I'm happy it's him, honestly. Like, think about, you know, think about the worst person that the far left might be afraid that Donald Trump might try and nominate. You know? And now, how do you feel about Brett Kavanaugh? You know? It's like, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't even matter what we think about it in the end, because it's just kind of an internal affair for the... I mean, it does matter because it could affect the re-election of congressmen, theoretically, in the new election, right? If, you know, this doesn't go the way people want. But, I don't know. It just seems so insanely sensationalized. I guess that's my thing. Is it just seems like, oof. And I know that it's always so sensationalized. But, I mean, like, I don't think it's normally this bad. To where, I don't know, it just seems like a normal guy. Kind of just like a normal... Remember we used to have normal politicians who just kind of did their job? Maybe we never did. But, like, remember that idea you used to have in your head of that? It was just, like, some old dude just kind of, like, going through the motions, trying to do the right thing, not really trying to, you know, like push super hard for some totally out there idea. Like, you know, trying to advocate for some extreme, like, socio-political, like, ideology, trying to make you, like, identify with them on some, like, insane grounds that's designed to, like, get you outraged. It seems like he's just, like, a normal good guy who doesn't want to, you know, fuck with people and doesn't want to be fucked with. And that's what I want a president. A president. That's what I want a politician to want. Doesn't mean I support the guy. You know, doesn't mean I think he'll do a good job. Doesn't mean I think that his political views align with mine. And it doesn't mean I don't think any of those things either. But, because really I'm not sure. But I definitely don't think it's anything to be so upset about or excited for. But the people, they want to entertain themselves in any way they can. So, we've talked about politics through half this world. And isn't that really what the holidays are all about? I like this next one, if I remember it properly. I don't remember it properly. I don't know what this is. Oh, could it be another surfing level? Only instead of surfing on water, we're basically snowboarding, but it's the same sprite? Only time will tell. Are these even sprites? I think they're technically 3D. Oh yeah. So, Woody Allen. I gotta pick it up. These are great. I love these. Just doing the flips off of these dudes is so sick. Extra Gump, the flying penguin. What you always wanted. What you always dreamed of, playing Club Penguin all those years in your father's garage. Oh no. Oh no! Damn it. We kind of messed up. We're back on track. We can do this. Ease. Oh, fuck. Getting so emotional about Kirby's epic young. Oh, gosh. Oh. This is fucking sick! Ah! No! That was pretty cool at the end there. And somehow I missed out on the 5 one. I don't really remember. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. You know, I think there's some stages that are better for the way I'm playing this game, where I'm just trying to burn through it, like that one. And there are some stages which are a little less fulfilling that way and a little more fulfilling if you're really trying to dig deep into these levels and find everything. I also like how this poor snowman has slowly been destroyed over the course of this world. That's awesome and hilarious. And that one Waddle Dee was asleep, and that's cute, I guess. Oh no. We were having a moment there, weren't we? And it was ruined by that icy wind from below. If you know what I mean, ladies. That icy wind from below. Are there any women in attendance? Don't make me ask again. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. I really like that you become a snowplow. You are, I believe, extra fast with the way it is icy. It's not a snowplow. It's a football. No. Come on. Get out of the way, G. It's a sled. Rosebud. And it goes on the surface of water. And it vibrates on your crotch, the Wii remote. That's great. That's what we all wanted as youths, isn't it? Play games with a lot of vibration. I'm trying to think, there's one game that has so much vibration in it. I can't remember it right now. But I had to turn it off because it was giving me a headache. But that's what we all wanted when we were kids, just to be vibrating like crazy. Now that we're all old men, we're like, stop the vibration. Oh, they're so fucking sick. Yo, I used to do that shit every time. I'd go all the way around. I remember that now. When I played this game before, I would always go really fast and I'd go, woo, all the way around. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, it's so good at games. The Diamond Dust Patch. The attack of Shiva from Final Fantasy. Or, if you're a fan of the Four Heroes of Light, the girl from the ice area. Oh no. The snowman was annihilated. But he was reborn as a beautiful Aurora. Oh, and now he's a cute little man and he's happy because instead of just a head, he's just a smaller version of a nice man. Thank goodness it all worked out for him. But in his hat lies an evil force who must be killed. I'm talking about King Deedledee. Oh, this is a crazy boss fight if I remember. I remember having so much trouble with this one. Let's see what happens. That's the classic. This is a classic Deedledee move. See, I love at this point in the game you start seeing like proper Kirby stuff, and you're like, ah, it's cool. Like proper, Dreamland men. There's more after this. It's not just Deedledee. King Deedledee. He jumps in the air. Oh, King Deedledee. We've got 40 shipments of stars for your hammer, sir. Hey. That's strange. He said something. He said something nasty. Come on. Such a slow-paced boss fight. Normally, King Deedledee, you're like
constantly running from one side of the screen to the other. And here they just made this stage so we can just go away from them if you want. Also, he yelled at me again. My voice is getting tired. I apologize. Definitely going to do reduced commentary tomorrow. But you know, today got to get all those ideas out. Am I supposed to be doing something with that thing up there while he's knocked out? I think that's got to be it. There we go. Okay, so that's what you got to be doing. What if you can take advantage of that to grab it again? Like, take advantage of the upward momentum of that attack. Oh, God. See, then it totally seems like I should be able to do it there. Don't I get a star in this direction? There we go. All right, nice. Always nice to hear a version of this song. Okay, good, he's going well. Fuck. Oh, gosh. I only put out stars the first time. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't just put out stars the first time. Okay. That was intended to be somewhat of a joke, but then I decided it wasn't something I should even go through with because it was not any good. Total worthlessness. Also, I don't know what's happening right now. This is kind of weird that that is not working for me. The gameplay of this game is faltering. There we go. Okay. This game is kind of lulling me into a trance.
The magic yard shimmered and spiraled and swirled high into the sky. The yarn weaved its way into the fabric of the kingdom and stitched two pieces of patchland together. Meanwhile, in the sky above Dreamland, battleship helper, Meta Knight, had noticed some strange changes in the landscape. Patches and stitching everywhere. What monster would do such a thing? Just then, a powerful laugh filled the sky around him. What? Who goes there? Yin Yarn crashed onto the deck and completely ambushed Meta Knight. Mind if I suck it to you?
It's a pretty good one.
And just like that, Meta Knight was gone. Now Yin Yarn had Dreamland all to himself. Yeah! With Yin Yarn's victory all sewn up, did this mean the end of Dreamland?
You know what? Let's see what this does. I'm sorry I've deprived you of these little cutscenes. Now, wasn't that nice? Frigid fjords. I feel so useless in the future city, desperate but not helpless. The clock strikes midnight and it's too pathetic. That's a Green Day. 21st Century Breakdown, baby. This is great. I love this kind of level. Such intensity. This music for such a like carefree stage. See, that's another one that's like that's so cool. That he does kind of a gravitational orbit thing when you throw him. Like that's cool, the UFO man. And it's like I don't know if you ever have to use that in a game, or like what's it called? If we've seen all of those kinds of things at this point, because I love stuff like that. Are these guys weighing this down? They are. Okay, I think this is a mechanic we might not have even used yet, which is the weight mechanic. I mean, not the weight mechanic. The fact that you can set these guys down. The weight mechanic. Duh. Hmm? I do like the UFO. I just like the way things move in this game. You know, there's something about that. It's like it's not quite game feel, but it's just like I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. It's just a game feel, but of a different type than is so popular and so widely regarded as the way to do game feel. It's more of a light, fluffy kind of feel.
Doesn't always have to be so snappy. See, like, it's kind of sad when you watch the Waddle Dee, like, trying to run away as your tractor beam converts him into laser fuel or whatever, electroshock therapy fuel. Is this still the first stage? It is. Gosh. Yeah, see, I had a feeling these levels would get longer towards the end. Oh, gosh. I don't know if you can hear the sound this elevator's making, but I actually really like it. It's like weirdly kind of intense, but like really, I don't know, light. It's like... That was a bad impression of it. I guess you just have to play the game if you want to find out. Support the creators. This is making like a very nice little roller coaster sound. I really hope the game audio is coming through. I mean, not that my audio quality is that great anyway, but I mean, I hope you can just hear it well enough to understand what's going on. Very nice. Very exciting. Gaming. America's greatest pastime. Even though it really belongs to Japan. Japan's greatest pastime. Profiting off of American gaming. American gamers.
Tube Town. Excellent. To Tube Town.
It's in a tube. That stands for cathode ray tube. Well, it doesn't stand for, it's not an acronym, but the name is derived from the cathode ray tube. It used to be the way TVs were. Surely you understand. It's still the way some TVs are. Now we call them CRTs. And you might use them if you really like Smash Brothers Melee and are that kind of guy. In which case, good on you. I appreciate a man with taste. Heh. Really hope Smash Ultimate is good. I mean, it'll already have like the biggest soundtrack in history, which automatically makes it like at least interesting enough for me to want to buy it. I don't know what this thing is. I'm nervous about it. Oh, it's basically like a conveyor belt, but a line. Okay. But how do I go around? Do you think I can trick that man into plugging into this outlet? Nice. Oh, this is cool. Damn it. I got too eager. Do you hear this music right now? I feel like it's way too quiet. I'm going to turn it up. I only turned it up a little because I don't want to totally drown myself out like last time. Hey, this is the first one of these we've seen. This is like a big mechanic in this game that we just like have not seen because of the pace I've been moving at. So basically, if we go over there, we can pull that thing and it'll reveal probably a thing for us. Oh, this is cool though. See, this is what I'm talking about, like using the mechanics. Like, now I have to go behind it, you know? Very nice. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it when you see a game mechanic that has an obvious purpose and then they use it in a different way. A slightly different way in this case, but still different enough to be interesting and cool. This looks so complicated. We gotta get one of these snake men. Oh, he's currently plugged in. Oh. Okay, so we have to go in here, unplug Snake Man, then attract Snake Man, lure him into bed. No. Then we have to lure him to this plug, probably annihilate this guy that might kill Snake Man, and then lead him into the outlet. Boom, now we're talking. So cool. You know what? I think this might be the only time in a video game that I've ever been like inside computer hardware. And that's really cool. Like, yeah. What a neat idea for a stage. Like, it's never happened before. Like, I've been in cyberspace in games before. That's like a software world. But I've never been inside computer hardware before. That's really interesting, actually. There's like electricity going around. It's all silicone-y, but it looks cool, you know? It's like made a little more colorful. But there's like circuits and shit. It's a really cool look. This is what I mean when I said I think this game just kind of keeps getting better. The best level, honestly, might have been the one where we put the sun out. That was awesome. Or when we woke the sun up. And we tickled him and got the sun fuzzies. But, I mean, this is pretty sick. This is pretty damn sick. And it has that, like, stock sound effect beat that's like... That's a really bad impression of it. It's really extremely hard to do as a human being and not a computer with the sound file installed on it. But basically, I like that sound. They use that in the world God only knows. Oh, you probably couldn't even hear it though because it was so quiet. It's really quiet even within the song that is already probably pretty quiet. Halfway through this world. Cool. Low gravity. Very cool. Woo! You can't jump forever though, just quite a bit. Oh, you also don't have enough momentum to do that. See, That's neat, because then now we're going to have to turn that off. See, that's very cool. The home and UFO. I wish we had more like that. It's not just that I'm going so fast without seeing them. I'm pretty sure we've seen all of them. Ooh. You know what else is the problem with games like Yoshi's Crafted World? Is like, this game already took that concept and made so many interesting types of landscapes out of it. Like, and every time I see like a game like that, like Yoshi's Woolly World, Yoshi's Crafted World, it's like they always show off just like the normal grassy area with like a house in it, you know? And it's like, I've already seen that in every other game that's done this, and also ever. And then it's like I'm sure that like later into those games, they're doing some interesting stuff. I mean, I hope so. They are Nintendo. And then I'm just like not seeing them, I guess, because they're not showing them. But I mean, like I love this, what I'm doing right now. Like, this is great. I'm getting to see all these like neat landscapes, interestingly designed out of like fabrics and stuff. It's really cool. It's really fun. And I got space food, and now I don't know where forward is in this level. Oh, I guess there? I guess there. So I do have to turn the gravity off. That's weird. I thought getting up here was like the tricky part of getting the space food, but I guess not. Nice. Oh, we have to mess with the gravity again. Gravitron. Oh, that's so cool that lifts you up that high just from pulling that thing. See, I would love to like chain like 10 of those. And just like with the penguin in the ice level, just like do 1,000,000 of those. Oh, and I float like so much. No, wait, can I grab down? No. Okay. Oh gosh. Video game. You know what? I love this idea, the suicide stream concept. Because I love, everything I've said about it in this stream already today. But also, like, well, because I really want to, like, have it be separate from, like, just the way I normally play games. You know? Like, I don't want this to just become the way I play video games. So I'd like it to be totally self-contained, where I just do, like, a whole game at once, right? Like, that's also part of it. But it's like I'm kind of running out of steam, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't think. I mean, let's really look here at like how long we've been going. 2 hours 20 minutes. Like, this seems a little long. I know that. I mean, I myself have watched people stream for longer, But I don't know. Usually they have a chat to talk to at least. But me just trying to keep myself going, or they have a co-host, but like to keep myself going on and 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 trying to talk is too much, man. You know? It's like, you know, I don't want to be one of those phony guys that just like totally hams it up. You know, like makes really stupid jokes about everything. I don't know. I don't see myself as an entertainer. I'll say that. I just don't have that attitude about this. I just think of myself more. I don't know, honestly. If this isn't entertainment, what is it? It's, I don't know. In some ways, it's an artistic statement. But also, artistic statements are supposed to be entertaining. I mean, this has some entertainment value. I don't know. The whole thing's kind of an ironic joke. But, I mean, that's like my whole YouTube channel. But also, it's like, I don't know. What is the value of that? I mean, it's fun to do. It's fun to do stunts, honestly, is what it is. Like, it's just fun to say, like, I'm gonna beat this whole game at once, live, even if no one's watching. I mean, that's the whole concept, right? Oh, but I'm just thinking of doing a whole week of this. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna burn out so fucking hard. I might do it every other day and just whittle it down to the 3 games that I actually care about doing. Even though I already did this one, which wasn't one of those. Oh, I love this! Look, it's this. Don't we all love bullet hells? So great. I know I love them. They're just cool, especially when you see them in other games. Which seems to be a weirdly common trend in Japanese games lately. Well, actually, basically just games lately, it seems like. Like there's VR11 Hall A, and then there's like the other one, Nier Automata, although that just like is the game to some extent. It's not just like a cool surprise like this. No More Heroes did it. I guess it's not that big of a trend. And it's probably not a trend at all, but it is interesting because it's not that often you see a game that just has another game inside it. What is common is to see like a card game inside a game, like Gwent, or whatever the fuck they play in any of the Final Fantasies. But I feel like next most common for games in games is shmups, which is interesting. I mean, I guess they're not that hard to make. Like, this isn't that different from just the normal way the game works. All around the world! I'm a game grump. Okay, finally we're gonna fight Meta Knight. So cool. Let's do it, gamers. I feel like I always start these streams like with such high energy and like just goofing around and stuff, and then I get into the game and the goofing stops and it just becomes like commenting on the game seriously because I take games so seriously, or just like talking about other things I think of, and then at a certain point it just devolves into just the game, just not even the commentary about the game, but just like, this is the game. Talking about the stream is what it devolves into. What is this? Oh, I can grab those, can't I? See, they're making it less obvious. It's a remix of the Kirby Superstar Metroid theme, which is interesting. This is so smooth, though, this song. Oh, man. Okay, sick. There we go. Okay, so we disarmed him. And now he goes for sword number 2. He has 4 swords. Just like my favorite video game, 4 Sword Adventures. Bam! Alright, nice. We're doing good. Sword 3. Oh, this one's tough, if I remember. There's that. But what can I grab? Oh, that. Again. Disarm. Okay, sick. And we're still on track to get the special thing. Very nice. Okay, yeah, this one. That's what I thought the last one was going to do. That's a little tough when he combos those two together. Oh, but I got it. Very nice. Oh, very nice magic yarn from a Metal Knight. Metal Knight.
We did it. We got the magic yarn. The magic yarn shimmered and spiraled and swirled high into the sky.
The whole thing's done.
And Patchland was stitched back together thanks to Kirby and Prince Fluff. Thanks, Kirby. I couldn't have done it without your help. Kirby and Prince Fluff jumped for joy, but their celebration was cut short when Meta Knight awoke. Kirby, forgive me. I blame the yarn.
I blame the yarn.
This upset Kirby. He had no idea how to get back to Dreamland.
It was the yarn. Like, DDD was actually being controlled, but Meta Knight just wanted to pick a fight with Kirby, and then was like, it was the yarn.
Always come in pairs. Now that Patchland was stitched back together, the other sock's magic had been restored. Be careful, Kirby. Yin Yarn is one mean piece of string. They'll be fine. After all, I'm going with it, Fluff said. And they all set out for Dreamland to button up Yin Yarn's story once and for all.
We're in Dreamland. Oh, so cool. Okay.
Time to show you guys this map. Now that it's completed. Which I freaking love. Look at this. It's all the little pieces, and you jump from world to world, and you go, woo, to Dreamland. Very nice. Okay. Once again, I'm going to go perform my responsibilities, and then I'll come back and we'll finish this one off. Let's do this. All right. This is the final push. Let's get excited. Ready? No. Look, it's all the all your favorite blocks from Kirby's Dream Land. Aren't you excited? I do actually want to hit the bomb one just to see what it looks like. Oh, predictable, but now there's this. Oh, it's a world of surprises and magic. I'm surprised. I was half expecting to not really like this game anymore because of how just like simple it is, but I kind of still love it. Like it's pretty cool. It's just like it's good. It's short. It's sweet. You know, it's very charming. I mean, it's just tons of personality. And oh no. See, why would they include something like that? Have to make Wispy cry. Oh, and he doesn't even uncrumple all the way. The poor man. Anyway, it's a good game still. It definitely holds up for me not being like a teenager. It's still fucking sick. Oh, it's this. It's Dirtlekurg. Oh no! It's like it's like it. Okay. The freaking no, it's a good game. It's like every level's got something unique about it. I really like it. I mean, just about. And even if it doesn't have like a new mechanic, it at least has like a lot of new visuals. Can this man be defeated? Well, now I kind of regret that. I wonder if he's up there. I remember I did actually play this with a friend one time. Not all the way through, but just a little bit. And it was fun. Like, if someone would ask you something, and you'd be like... like give him a little nod with the character. Just like, oh wait, just like. This cat might be a little too dangerous. We might have to remove him. I'm sorry, cat. See, this is great. This is like the first level from Kirby's Dream Land, but it's like reimagined as a wool as a no, not a woolly world, but an epic yarn. It's Yarnum from that one piece of shit. Whatever Yarnum is from, I honestly don't know. Oh yes, the comeback. What we all bought this game for after seeing in the preview, the trailer. When you're playing 2-player, this thing has a huge fist that just slings around and it's really cool. Oh, the eyes! I don't think that actually does anything other than look cool. But hey, that's worth something, right? No! See, near the end here, it's like you really have to go without getting hit if you want to actually fill up the beats all the way. Which is a pretty cool challenge. I bet there are some really sick 100% speedruns of this game, actually. Like where people just like play the game really fast without getting hit at all. And like getting all the things along the way. Just constantly in karma. I bet there's one really sick 2-player speedrun of this game, actually. I would like to see something like that. That sounds awesome. What if there was a 2-player task? Even better. No humans involved. Just tools. Tool assisted speedruns are so awesome. Just like amazing, beautiful to watch. Real works of art. Really spectacular and good. This is insane. I just have to like keep shooting forward to avoid getting hit. What a long fight. Little too much going on there. Yes! I did it. Gosh, my old mask is starting to get a real thick, like, plastic smell. I don't remember it always happening. The crank handle patch. How delightful and lovely, a crank handle. Oh, I thought this was Butter Building, but it is in fact Tempest Towers. But I believe it plays the Butter Building music, so it might as well be. Only there's a tempest going on, so it's windy. This is a cool level. This might be my favorite level in this game. This is like the one I always think of when I think of this game. It's just so interesting and cool. The way like the winds blow you around. And you got the Butter Building music, which is like one of my favorite Kirby songs. Possibly my favorite Kirby song. It's just, it feels very freeing listening to this song and climbing upwards and moving with the breeze all fast like that. It's cool.
This is on the 25th anniversary soundtrack, and I'm very happy about that. Because it is great. Also, the first appearance of the classic Kirby canon. Do not fall! Okay, let's do this. Oh my gosh, that's the exact same thing that happened last time, isn't it? So sorry, everyone. This shameful display I'm putting on. I didn't even have to wait all that time.
Oh no! Oh!
It also puts you slightly up if you have your parasol. So that is helpful for not getting blown off too horribly. Oh gosh. Oh my. Oh dear. Okay. No! See, you could carry it like a little parcel. You probably didn't even know that. But now you do. I mean, unless you actually played this game. Then you'd know it, obviously. We haven't had to use that, like, hardly at all. We've had to carry stuff as a car before. But we're always a car. I don't know, I feel like the carry a ball of yarn mechanics could have been increased a little bit. I noticed that many times before. What are they gonna do? I mean, you could have them interact with, like, the parachute and the car. Like, if you use the spike wing or the car, I mean, it's just, there's always ways you can expand upon game mechanics. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they didn't. I mean, obviously, why? I mean, that'd be stupid of me to expect them to do the thing that I came up with. It's just an interesting idea. This is the cloud level that's always in a Kirby game. You thought you weren't going to get it, but no, you have to. There's always a cloud level. And they're sometimes okay. But damn it, sometimes they have this song, and this song is just a little bit too sleepy for me. Actually, this is a good remix of it, though, as far as versions of this song go. This Grave Gardens, I believe, song. Could be wrong about that. I think it might actually be from before Grave Gardens. This might be from the original Kirby Dream Land. The first level, we meet Krakow. Who, I don't know, for me, I've always really liked. That was one of the first game bosses I had like a super hard time with, but then eventually beat. Sorry, I'm just having too much fun with this. Just playing around with the game's mechanics. To go quickly. Oh, okay, wait. Let's make this impressive and not get hit or bump into anything. He's gone. Just like that, he's gone. Oh gosh, no. It was gonna be so cool. Thank you, Beat. I don't know what that thing's real name is. I just called it Beat because that's the name of the thing in Mega Man. That's the same thing. It's the same thing as the thing from Mega Man. excited for 11. I think it's gonna be bad. I think it's bad. Oh, it's already out. So, isn't it? I don't even know. Who cares? It's obviously bad. I played the demo. It's bad. What is this? This? No one expects this. It's from the thing from Milky Way Wishes. Lots of Kirby fan service in this game. I'm a big fan. Lots of Superstar fan service with the music and this. The Meta Knight music. Like, those are things that you don't often see in Kirby games at all. But I'm glad to see him here, yeah. Too many cannonballs.
Here's the problem. Too many cannonballs.
What are the tiny crackle babies called? Cracklings? How can I tell? Oh. Great. Music stops and everything. That was pretty cool. Pairing a super calm stage where you bounce on little clouds and have super calm music with a really cool return of the Milky Way Wishes, Bullet Hell thing. That's great. I love it. Totally forgot about it too. It was a great surprise. The boxing glove thing. Are we going to the great wrestling court in the sky? The great wrestling ring in the sky? Yes, we are. Oh, they're rolling out the red ribbon for us. At Castle Deity. How nice. How illustrious. I feel pampered for one. This is the gourmet race theme, right? Is that the origin of it? I want to say it is, but I don't really know. I don't know what stage plays in Deity's castle in Dreamland. Damn it. Yeah. too long since I played a Nintendo game. I honestly can't even remember the last time. I mean, I know it's within the last year. It's not like super soon. But I don't know. Everything I play nowadays is so dark and complicated and science fiction-y. You know, every now and then you want something just simple and clean. Simple and clean is the way, and not Kingdom Hearts. Simple and clean and not Kingdom Hearts is what you're making me feel. Oh, he's sleeping. I'll leave him. Oh no, do we have to end him? We do, maybe.
It's a zipper.
It's a football. Hey, this is the first one of these we've actually opened. But they've been around. Oh my god. This is brutal! Wing! Oh my gosh, it's a final boss! It's just the final boss left, you guys. It's just the final boss. Let's do it. It's the boss. Let's beat the game. Ding ding, dinner's ready, boss. Only it's you and you're my dinner. Because I'm gonna eat you for breakfast. Because I eat chumps like you for breakfast. Oh, dude. See, I totally forgot this. I love this. How the music changes and like the whole background and everything changes for it.
It's pretty epic, dude. It's pretty epic, dude.
That was me being a prinny. My favorite game disc, Gaia 5, complete for Nintendo Switch. Order now. Oh no, it's this. Oh, and then we actually fight Yin Yang. I like this because he's a yarn wizard. He can actually manipulate the yarn environments. Very nice. Are we not going to do the other bosses? Oh, no, we are. We're skipping Firebird, apparently. Is this actually a mix from previous boss themes from the series? I think it is, like, not even remixed, it's just them all put together, which is pretty cool. I could be wrong about that, though. In fact, I think I am. But it really sounds like Crystal Shards right now. And not like this game's sound font. Gosh. Oh no! So many things. What has to do with so many things? This is pathetic. I apologize for this suboptimal gameplay that you're witnessing. Oh no! Suboptimal Kirby's Epic Yarn gameplay. Is there anything sadder in this world? No! Fuck. Dude, the man wants to die. The Mr. Chill or whatever the hell. I used to know that man's name. Kind of disappointed I don't. Is that it? Did we win? No, I think it's a ruse. I think those wands are gonna start clacking. Yep. Were they the ones really in control all along? Oh, this is cool. Nice. Big boy battle. Weird choice of sound to make every single time I land a hit, but whatever. This is like insanity, just watching him go. It's like, what a depraved man. But just shooting a million rockets, overlapping him.
And stay out. They're surrounded.
With Yin Yarn's spell broken, Dreamland returned to its normal state of peace and quiet.
Oh, lovely.
Well,
Oh.
it made Kirby sad to see his new friend leave. Buck up, Kirby. As long as you have this magic sock, you can visit me anytime. Until then, Fluff said as he returned to Patchland. And that's the story of how Kirby and Prince Fluff defeated Yin Yarn the Sorcerer and restored peace to Dreamland. The next day, Kirby fell asleep in some shade. He dozed happily with wonderful dreams and held the reminder of a dear friend, even though it smelled a bit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
it looks like there's not much left for us to say or do at this point. But we did it. Beat the game. So, with everything said and done, I want to leave you with one final sentiment. Wish you all a lovely day, evening, afternoon, whatever the hell the rest of your life. Play games, enjoy games, live your life well. Do the things that make you happy. Never, ever, ever, ever surrender. And one final thing. Prince fought for Smash!